Welcome to Face the State. I'm Ariana Bennett. Thank you for joining us. Right now, the U.S. Army is looking at cutting 40,000 troops from its ranks over the next 2 years. Now, that's alongside a potential cut of nearly 20,000 civilian staff members. Now, the drawdown is expected to impact nearly every domestic and foreign post. So what does that mean for soldiers here in Nevada? Well, Staff Sergeant Zachary Kumler and Bethany Brown from the local Army recruiting office are here to talk about that. Thank you both so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
Appreciate it.
Now, you guys are kind of the first stop for people interested in joining the Army, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you seeing a lot of interest these days? Has it changed over time, or are a lot of people coming in?
Interest changes. I think it depends on what's out there, how bad people need us, or if they really want to serve their country. We were really relevant when the war started. A lot of people saw what was going on. They wanted to put their foot down, step in and fight for their country. Now it's a little bit different. People are usually using us for college education to make their first stepping stone into the adult life. So we're still seeing a lot of kids coming in, but it's been pretty good.
Is it mostly volunteers then who come to you, or is it a lot more outreach that you guys do finding the right candidates?
It's a little bit of both, actually. We spend a lot of time in the schools educating young people on our programs, as well as the education benefits, what kind of jobs they could have, because we have over 150 different jobs to start out with, and most people don't even know that. So it's a little bit of both. Some people, it's family tradition and they'll come into the office, and other people, we go out and find them in the schools.
Is it a pretty even mix now of men and women, or still a lot more men than women?
I've seen a trend of women coming in a lot lately, and they tend to be really great soldiers. I've worked with them a lot, and I've really respected all the drive that they give, and I think they're great soldiers, and I think they'd be beneficial for our Army.
So what's the age range? I mean, is there a cutoff age, and do most people fall into a certain range?
Absolutely, there's a cutoff. 17 years old all the way up to 35 in order to join. You have to be in basic training before your 35th birthday. And if you're 17, you need parental consent. Both parents have to sign off on it.
Do a lot of people come in toward the later end of the range? I mean, in their 30s?
Yeah, it just depends on what their job is, what they're currently doing, and again, what the spotlight is on. Right now, we have a lot of people that are coming in trying to go special forces and do something different with their life or change jobs. The economy has definitely impacted jobs in the area. Luckily, it's steadily growing out here in Nevada, and it's definitely helping some of the more needy people that are trying to get a job. But we have a lot of, I think, individuals 30, 31 coming in our office lately.
So as the economy has improved, have you seen fewer people turning to the Army or more people?
It depends. It's more of a career advancement. A lot of people want to get out of a job and come and join a career, something that's going to take care of them, their family, and education. Education's skyrocketing right now, so a lot of kids are coming in, and a lot of adults are coming in, 30 years old, coming in. They want to do something beneficial that they can tell their son that they did, or something like that.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about some of the other requirements that you guys have. Physical fitness, obviously, being one. What do you have to be able to do?
Well, in order to join, like after you get through the military processing and you're in the Army, you're waiting to go basic training, you need to be able to do, as a female, 3 push-ups, 17 sit-ups, and run a mile within 10 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay.
Which all seems very doable, right?
Yeah. Okay, I think I could do that. As long as I don't have to do pull-ups.
Zach, what are the male standards?
It's around the same. I mean, 17 push-ups, about 45 sit-ups, I think, right now. The run's about 8:30, 8:45 right now. That's just to get in the door. That's to get them to basic training. What we do is we usually prep them to go to basic training, teach them everything they need to know about basic training, and kind of give them a kickstart getting in shape. We actually take them 2 days a week, teach them how to meal prep, to hydrate, stuff like that. Really important right now. And then we teach them a little bit about working out and getting in shape.
With the unfortunate trend of a lot of our young people not being in shape these days, and the obesity rates are way higher than we've ever seen. Are you guys having to turn more people away who just can't do the physical stuff?
We have a body fat system. Like, you have to be within a certain height and weight for body composition. And if you're not, no big deal. They do a body fat taping, and to make sure you're within the certain percentages based off your age and everything, and your gender. But a lot of times we have to turn people away because they don't fall within that category still. And if they really want to join, they're going to work out and they're going to do what they have to, eat a little bit better in order to get in.
I mean, has that been more of a problem? Have you guys seen a lot of people who you're like, you got to make some changes?
I feel like it's been a progressive problem, but it's kind of slowing right now, especially out here. I know some offices really struggle with it, but for the most part, our office out here hasn't been too bad off. I think we'll be okay going into the future.
Okay, what about, you know, education requirements? Do you guys require any kind of degree? What do you have to have?
We do not require any type of degree. You have to be a high school graduate.
High school graduate, okay.
We do take GEDs, but most of the time it comes with you have to have 15 college credits as well, or score a certain score on our aptitude tests, plus a couple other tests. So it's much easier to get in with your high school diploma or higher. If you have higher than high school diploma, you can actually get promoted and get paid a little bit more.
At the aptitude test, how many people pass? Does it weed out a lot?
It absolutely does. It's a sad factor right now. A lot of people come into our office and can't pass the test. They struggle with it. The Army's allocated assets to help them train online called March to Success. They can go online and actually train. Helps them with their mathematics, their English, and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay, so even if they've managed to make it through high school, they still can't. A lot of them can't pass the aptitude test to get into the Army.
Yes.
That is a sad fact. Okay, what about mental health? Is there any kind of screening you guys do for that?
We actually have a test called the TAPAS test that we administer at MEPS. It's the Tailored Aptitude, I can't remember the rest of the test, but it's a test to see their mental acuity and kind of see where they're at. They go over can do, will do, and adaptability. Are they going to be able to adapt to Army life? What they're going to be willing to do in the future, stuff like that. And everyone goes through and takes the test when they get down to MEPS.
It's a good thing. I mean, I'd be curious to see what's actually on that test, just because, you know, in a time like now where there's a good chance that you're going to go overseas or be deployed in a war zone and come back with, most people come back with some level of traumatic experiences, some with PTSD. Are there people who might be more at risk for that you guys say, Army's maybe not for you?
If you've had mental health problems in the past, if you've been diagnosed with depression or taken medication for those things, then the Army is going to have doctors look at all your medical records prior to make a decision about letting you join. And it's for your own health and your own safety at that point. Because like you said, deployment's stressful. The Army is stressful. It's not easy, and that's why only 1% do it,
1% of what?
Of America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, total population.
Total population, only
And
1%.
I think the Army's doing a lot better job now. You go through training constantly in your organization down to your unit level, where they're trying to help you work through any of that stressful period, and they actually send people to schools to train to help people with that who suffer from PTSD, or help individuals that might, or help show us the warning signs or stuff like that, so we can actually go out and help someone firsthand. Me helping Sergeant Brown for asking her if there's anything wrong with her, how she feels, stuff like that. So they try to brief us on the warning signs to actually help us out.
Right.
Also remove that stigma that comes with it.
For sure.
They've done a really great job at doing that, and teaching everyone about resiliency. Bad things happen, it's okay to bounce back. Take your time, bounce back, everything will be okay.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about the drawdown that's happening. How has that affected your guys' day-to-day? Has it affected it?
Not really. They're not really drawing down the numbers from our recruiting pool. They're what they call skimming the fat from the top. So a lot of people are in stagnant positions up at the top, and they're still collecting a paycheck. They're forced retiring people, saying, hey, if you want to retire early, we'll give you X amount of dollars to retire early. And that's what they're trying to do, because we still want quality over quantity. We need more qualified individuals to come in the Army, so we create a better organization. So our numbers still stay the same at our station, but we're looking for quality. So our standards are a little bit higher now than they've been in the past, but it's a good thing, and it definitely helps the organization.
Okay, so when this happens, they maybe raise the bar a little bit so that it's a little harder to get in?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so how do you guys go about finding the perfect candidate? I know you do some of the social media efforts. Is that part of it?
That is part of it. We spend a lot of time advertising over social media. The Army realized that social media is here, it's going to stay. So we spend a lot of time, befriending, and this sounds terrible, high school seniors, young adults, as well as getting the word out there of what the Army can provide. And social media is a great way to look at an applicant and be like, Are they qualified? There's a tattoo on their face. No, they are not. You know, and that way you spend less time talking to unqualified applicants and you find that perfect qualified applicant.
Interesting. So if your social media profile isn't Army friendly, that might, you know, get you nixed right away.
Yes.
That's good for probably kids to know, I think.
Yeah. And we spend a lot of time, we're more mentors now than we are recruiters. We sit down, we talk with these kids, and we try to put them on a path that's going to make them successful in the future. And a job in the Army isn't necessarily the best job for them until we can talk to them and see what they want to do. If you want to be a police officer, we'll guide you in that direction to use the military as a stepping stone to get you in a direction that's going to be positive to your life. So we sit down with the kids in the schools, we go and we talk in classes, we sit down, speak with teachers or audiences and just tell them what we have to offer and what it can do for your life. For me, I grew up out here, so I kind of understand what there is out there and what you're going to do with your life in Reno if you stay here. And it's definitely helped me transition to become a better person, and it's really progressed me through adulthood a lot faster, I think.
Do these kids have a lot of concerns about, you know, what could happen to them if they go overseas? I mean, it's kind of a scary prospect.
You know, it's real hit or miss. Some kids are concerned about it, and you know, we give our own experiences. And one of the things I believe in fate. Like, when it's my time to go, it's my time to go. If that is overseas doing something I love, great. If that is, you know, here in Carson City or in Reno, like, so be it. And you know, we talk about that because you can't control. Like, as much as you want to control what's going to happen to you, you know, you can only control your small bubble. And the Army gives you the opportunity to control just a little bit more because you're a little bit more vigilant. You know what's going on, like driving down the highway. You can notice a little bit more.
I think a lot of that is overlapped by the media, honestly, is a lot of kids see if they want to join the fight against what we're up against at the time. And social media and media networks have done a pretty good job of showing what's out there, what's going on. And a lot of times kids look at that and say, is this worth me fighting for my country? And I think a lot of kids that we have come into our office, they just want to pick up, serve their country, and get some benefits on the side to actually help them out.
Okay, both of you, we're out of town, but thank you so much for your time. I sure appreciate you coming in.
Thank you very much.
Coming up on Face the State, we will meet the CEO of a quickly expanding facility that helps people get health care at a lower cost, even if they don't have insurance. Stay with us.